The Muslim conquest of Odisha. The Afghan attack on Odisha established a new era in the medieval history of Odisha. It opened the way for the Muslim rule in Odisha. The invasion of Bayazid and Kalpahada in 1568 AD established Muslim rule over Odisha for the first time under the Afghans and then under the Mughals. Before consolidation of the Afghan hold over Odisha, Sulaiman Karrani breathed his last in 1572 AD. He was succeeded by Bayazid who, by his arrogant nature, incurred the displeasure of the Afghan chiefs. This caused his death at the hands of Hansu, the nephew and son-in-law of Sulaiman Karrani. The Riyazuz Salatin describes that after the death of Bayazid, his younger brother Daaud Karrani, with a big force, marched against Hansu and killed him who had taken shelter with Kutlu and other Lohanis. Daaud defied the authority of Akbar and ordered khutbah to be read and coins to be struck in his name. Further, instigated by Kutlu Lohani, the governor of Odisha, Daaud killed other Afghan veterans whom he thought a rival to the throne of Bengal. The Mughal-Afghans conflict. Emperor Akbar took a note of it and sent Raja Todarmal to Bihar to join Munin Khan. Though Munin Khan besieged Daaud in Patna, he could not defeat him. With the arrival of Akbar, Daaud left Bihar and returned to Bengal. Patna fell in the clutch of the Mughals. Munin Khan pursued Daaud up to Bengal and occupied it. Daaud fled again to Cuttack and remained unsubdued in Odisha. He moved forward and backward between Cuttack and Jaleswar, keeping a close watch on the advance of the Mughal army. The combined army of Munin Khan and Todarmal crossed sword with Daaud in 1575 AD. The fight took place on the plain of Tukroi, 6 miles west of Jaleswar on the bank of river Suvarnarekha. Munin Khan was wounded by Gujar Khan, an able commander of Daaud. After some time, when Munin Khan returned to the battlefield again, Raja Todarmal, Laskar Khan, Mir Bakshi and others discharged showers of arrows upon the soldiers of Daaud. An arrow struck Gujar Khan who met his end in the battlefield. The Battle of Tukroi decreed in favor of the Mughals and Daaud had no alternative but to rush towards Cuttack. Under the leadership of Todarmal, the Mughal army followed Daaud and did not halt on the way until they reached Kaklakti, Bhadrak, which is described the Enayakbari. In the meanwhile, Daaud and other Afghans gathered inside the fort of Barabati at Cuttack. Munin Khan, being cured fully, came and joined with Todarmal. He, then, held a grand council on the bank of river Mahandi with his amirs in chalking out the plan for besieging the fort. Temporary surrender of Daaud to the Mughal army. The situation was now crystal clear to Daaud. He sent a message to Munin Khan and the Tabkatayakbari records it as follows. The striving to crush a party of Musulmans is no noble work. I am ready to submit and become a subject, but I beg that a corner of this wide country of Bengal sufficient for my support may be assigned to me. If this is granted, I will rest content and never after rebel. After this, Munin Khan called Daaud to his court on 12th April 1557 AD, who went with his Afghan nobles and officers. He submitted before Munin Khan and promised not to take any hostile action against Emperor Akbar. He presented his best elephants to Munin Khan and sent his nephew Shaikh Muhammad, son of Bayazid, who accompanied Munin Khan to the Mughal court later on. Munin Khan presented a sword with a jewelled belt to Daaud and said, "You have now become a subject of imperial throne and have promised to give it your support. I have, therefore, requested that the country of Odisha may be settled upon you for your support, and I feel assured that His Majesty will confirm my proposition granting this to you as my tankhwa has been granted to me. I now greet you afresh with this warlike sword. Akbar approved the deed of Munin Khan. Daaud got Odisha. Munin Khan became the governor of Bengal. After this arrangement, Todermal returned to Delhi. Revenge of Daaud Karrani. The surrender of Daaud Karrani was a mere eyewash. He was in search of an opportunity to launch a war against the Mughals. The chance came to him with the death of Munin Khan on 23 October 1575 AD. Daaud ignored the humiliating treaty made with Munin Khan, the Khani-Khanan, and unfurled the banner of revolt against the Mughals. With a lightning march, he proceeded to Bhadrak and killed Nazar Bahadur, the governor of Akbar, posted there. After bringing Bhadrak under his grip, he marched towards Jaleswar and smelling a scent of it. Murad Khan, the Mughal officer of Jaleswar, fled away to Tanda. Jaleswar was reoccupied by Daaud, who immediately proceeded to Bengal. The Mughal officers and army returned to Bhagalpur en route to Delhi at the approach of Daaud. Now, Daaud consolidated his position over Bengal and Odisha. Akbar's step to crush the rebels. Having heard this news, Akbar appointed Hussain Quli Beg entitled Khaijanan to lead an expedition against the Afghans assisted by Todermal. He proceeded with a grand Mughal army towards Bengal via Bihar. At Bhagalpur, Khaijanan waited. He talked with the amirs of Bengal who met him there. Then marching ahead, the imperial army easily recovered the Teligadhi Pass. Daaud Karrani, supported by his uncle Junaid and other Afghan chiefs, offered strong resistance to the imperial army at Rajmahal. In the meanwhile, Muzaffar Khan was sent by Akbar, who collected forces from Bihar, Hajipur and Patna and joined the imperial army led by Khaijahan on 10 July 1576 AD. A fierce battle took place between the Mughals and Afghans on 12 July 1576 AD. The Afghans were utterly defeated and almost all their great leaders met their end. A cannonball wounded Junaid, and his leg was broken. Daaud was captured and imprisoned for his disloyalty to Emperor Akbar. Kala Pahad and Kutlu Lohani could survive by flight, though the former was severely wounded. The beginning of the Mughal rule in Odisha. From 1576 AD to 1605 AD, nearly 30 years were spent by the Mughal officers of Bengal to drive away the Afghans from Odisha, but they were very much unsuccessful in their mission. Though, after the fall of Daaud, Odisha was annexed to Akbar's empire, but Mughal administration could not be implemented effectively in the province till the death of Akbar. With the death of Hussain Quli Khan in 1578 AD, Muzaffar Khan Turbati was appointed as the governor of Bengal and Mausum Khan Afghan was appointed as the governor of Odisha. The Mughal government now appointed some Afghan Jagirdars in Odisha who were constantly being harassed by Muzaffar Khan. Mausum Khan, the administrator of Odisha, now got a chance to organize the Afghans of Odisha and became ready to have a showdown with Mughals. Akbar and the Afghan rebels. After regularizing the administration of Odisha, Todermal returned to Delhi in 1582 AD. In the meanwhile, Khaijahan was appointed as the governor of Bengal. Kutlu Lohani, another great supporter of Daaud Karrani, now appeared in the political scene and established his authority over Odisha, supported by Mausum Khan. He advanced towards Hooghly and defeated Muhammad Nizat Khan, the Mughal Faujdar of the place at Salimabad. On hearing this, Akbar dispatched a vast army at the command of Tainism, who proceeded to Kattigang to teach a lesson to the Afghan rebels. The Afghan rebels, led by Masoom Khan and Kutlu Lohani, met the Mughal army on 27 March 1583. The Afghans were defeated at the hands of the Mughals. The Afghans now had no alternative but to conclude peace with the Mughals. At this juncture, Khani Azam was transferred from Bengal as its climate did not suit him, and Shahbaz Khan was appointed as his successor. Kutlu Lohani broke the peace treaty with the Mughals, and as a natural corollary, a fight took place between Kutlu and the Mughals on 15 July 1583 AD, near Budwan. In this battle, the Afghan commander Bahadur Kuru was defeated. After that, the Afghans rushed towards Odisha. In the meanwhile, Akbar sent an army to keep an eye on the frontier of Odisha. Kutlu Lohani organized the Pathans and met the Mughals of Budwan. Wazir Khan led the Mughal army and defeated the Afghan chief. Being defeated, Kutlu Lohani marched towards Jaleswar, and there, he surrendered himself before the Mughal army by presenting 60 elephants to the Mughals. TIT situational surrender was diplomatic strategy by Kutlu Lohani. After regaining strength, the Afghans renewed their attack and plunder over Budwan. By persuasion of the Mughals, Isa Khan, Masoom Khan, and other Afghan leaders left the companion of Kutlu Lohani and surrendered to Akbar. Kutlu Lohani enjoyed his days in Odisha unperturbed by Mughal attacks. No doubt, the Mughals had their sway over Bengal, but Odisha remained the stronghold of the Afghan chiefs until it was finally conquered by Man Singh in 1593 AD. The Mughal-Afghan Treaty. When Kutlu Khan Lohani was enjoying his days in Odisha, Akbar sent one of his ablest general Raja Man Singh to deal with the Afghans. The march of the imperial army prompted Kutlu Khan to make himself ready for the fight with the Mughals. To that effect, he sent Bahadur Kuru, an Afghan general. Assisted by Umar Khan, Khwaja Isa and others, Bahadur Kuru inflicted a crushing defeat upon the Mughal army led by Jagat Singh, the son of Man Singh, at Raipur. In the meanwhile, Kutlu Khan Lohani breathed his last and his son succeeded him. As he was a weak ruler, his Wazir Khwaja Isa sued for peace with the Mughals, which was accepted by Man Singh. The treaty between the Afghans and Mughals was signed on 15 August 1590 AD. The terms of the treaty were as follows. The name of the emperor should be used on the coins, and the khutbah is to be read in his name. The Afghan ruler of Odisha should be both obedient and loyal vassal of the emperor. Jagannath at Puri and its surrounding districts would be ceded to the emperor. Condition of Raja Ramachandradeva. From the treaty, it appears that it neither satisfied the Afghans nor Ramachandradeva, the then king of Odisha. Very cunningly by influencing Akbar, Man Singh had inserted a clause in the treaty for the protection of the principal Hindu religious institution of Jagannath against any Afghan oppression. This was a diplomatic trick to encourage the support of the Hindus of Odisha towards the benevolent Mughal rule based on the principle of toleration. Then, why Ramachandradeva was not satisfied? It was only because his power and position as the custodian of God Jagannath had not been at all reflected in the treaty. On the other hand, the Mughals became the custodian of God. Of course, the conquest of Odisha by Man Singh never put an end to the Afghan hostility. Now, Khwaja Isa, the Wazir of Nasir Khan, paid allegiance to Emperor Akbar and ruled for 2 years according to the terms of the treaty. With his death in 1592 AD, Nasir Khan, with his followers, captured the temple of God Jagannath, defying Mughal authority, and seized the crown land of Puri. Undoubtedly, Raja Ramachandradeva backed the Afghans. Again, Man Singh marched with a grand Mughal army to deal with the Afghans. On 10th April 1592 AD, a stiff resistance the Mughal army faced from the Afghans on the bank of river Suvarnarekha. However, a determined Mughal army defeated the Afghans and chased them towards Cuttack via Jaliswar and Bhadrak. Fall of Sarangagarh fort in the hands of the Mughal army. Being hard pressed by the Mughal army, the Afghans could not maintain their stand at Cuttack. Their stronghold, Cuttack, fell into the hands of the Mughals. The Afghans fled away to the fort of Sarangagarh. At this juncture, Man Singh first started towards Khurda and Raja Ramachandradeva shut himself at the fort. It was difficult on his part to send any help to the Afghans at Sarangagarh. After a weak resistance, the Afghans surrendered and Sarangagarh fell. Man Singh besieged Khurda. Ramachandradeva showed his loyalty at Akbar and made peace with Man Singh in 1593. He was recognized as the ruler of Khurda by Akbar and the protector of the Jagannath temple at Puri. He was offered a rank of a Mansabdar of 3,000s and 500s. With the surrender of Ramachandradeva in 1593, the Mughal conquest of Odisha was complete and that put an end to the Afghan rule in Odisha. So, this is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. To get the note of this video, scan the above QR code or check description to get the link. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.